The finals just had its new update 8.1. We'll go over all the details with that, as well as some hotfixes in between, which of course includes a new shop refresh. We have some official additional community updates, and some developer comments that'll tie that all in. Then we'll do our last minute mentionables, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, World Utopia here, back with another video. Today we're checking out all things the finals. As per usual, we'll jump into the opening statement, which is located on the Discord. This time around, it does come from Embark Dusty. She goes on here to say, 1 week into Season 8, we're ready for the first update. The store update will go over, bring some different sets here, and some new cosmetics. They also do welcome 2 new flag bundles, Mexico and France. So those are in there now if you want to snag those up. She also mentions they're ready for the closed qualifiers this weekend. They do have some brand new details with that, the talented host, casters that are going to be taking over. Again, she does put out the survey if you plan to be there at Stockholm. If so, they want you to fill out this survey so they can make plans to see you there. If you've already filled it out though, please do not do it again. I'll include a link to this survey down below. But yeah, she does mention, please don't fill it out if you've already done so, and I did link this in one of my last videos, so you might have already done that. Jumping over, we do have the 8.1.0 update though. This time around, the entire opening statement was covered over on the Discord, so we'll skip that, jump right to the patch notes. Nothing too crazy with this one for the content and bug fixes, but there was a few. There was updates to some faceware that increased compatibility with some of the headwear. They said, for example, all the gas masks will now behave more like newer versions. Sometimes there was issues with clipping or also removing your headwear. Does seem like some of that has been fixed. Wings will now work consistently and should not clip through upper body items as much. Pretty cool there, they're making adjustments. Glad they still allow you to actually use both items there. There's a few other games that disable the item or just make them look bad entirely. So kind of cool that they are adjusting that when need be. Practice range finally did have its Season 7 trophies that were added, so we can check those out here. Again, they do put all the trophies in practice range from previous seasons. Does usually take them about a week after the season launch, but the Season 7 ones have now been added here. There was some small performance updates here. They fixed one of the more common client crashes, so any of you that have been crashing should check it out. And one last one here was team chat was not functioning properly after an elimination, essentially regardless of instant replay being enabled or disabled, so they have gone ahead and fixed that. As we know now, the console platforms actually do have team chat, so I do see that one being in order. We did have one other hotfix here that was posted about a day after the update was posted live, or at least the Season 8 update. There was actually some notable changes and fixes in this. We'll go over them quickly and do a TLDR though. The light super jump was removed. Evasive dash super jump has essentially been fixed. There was some crazy issues with that. People were able to essentially jump very far with light dash. The Pike 556 headshots have been corrected. They are now 1.5 times. They mentioned that deploying does feel clearer, and the preview is only available when valid with same timings. They also went on to say here the H+ infuser projectiles no longer get blocked by certain objects. And there was actually an issue with Dagger's sword with the charged alt fire, where essentially did cause distorted or stuck FX if you released it earlier than intended. That does cover for the patch and hotfix side of things there. Moving on here to the patch notes, we of course did have that new shop update, which does include a bunch of new bundles. We have the Hex Scribe set, which is a full outfit and even emote. And yes, the plushie actually can be bought, which is the Mr. Wubbington set. On top of that, another plushie, the Trouble, so a few different renditions of plushies that you can snag. That wasn't all though, there's the Barbed and Battered Weapon and Gadget skins, the Ferdin Blast Pack, and 2 other weapon bundles. The first one here, the Furo E Fogo set for the FAMAS, and then last but not least, the Die Hard set, which does include the AK-93R and the Lewis gun. So another plethora of cosmetics you can snag. We still have plenty more to go over. First off here, of course they did get an update with the closed qualifiers. And again, that one is happening this weekend. That will be on Twitch and their YouTube channel, where they are covering the first one here. The EMEA closed qualifier will be on Saturday, September 20th. That's going to run from 1400 CEST to 0 CEST. However, what that translates into is 7 a.m. Central Time for NA, which would be 8 a.m. Eastern or 5 a.m. Pacific Time. And that will run all the way till 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, or 3 p.m. Pacific. So it is starting a bit early there for the NA folks, but does run into the afternoon. Now the NA qualifier will be on Sunday, September 21st from 1800 CEST to 0400 CEST, which technically over there would be Monday the 22nd at that point. So they are accommodating for the NA times there. That one is going to start at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and 9 a.m. Pacific. And then that will run to 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So you see there the NA qualifier actually, of course, does have a bit better timing there, especially for the NA audience and the teams playing in it. Now, they did also cover the hosts, the casters, analysts, and everything there. Really cool. I actually kind of predicted this one. Again, I had no idea on any of this. I didn't have any insider information. This just went off some of the things that I did research from Twitch chat and just checking in some of the players that have been tweeting about certain things, as well as just who could be a caster, who's done final stuff before. Well, yes, they did announce the host caster. It is Artie IRL. I think that's so awesome. He is a smaller channel, but he does YouTube and has some great videos. Definitely worth a check out. I've seen his frag punk stuff and a few others. He's actually done really well, so super cool to see this one. So a very good choice there. Another prediction here, yes, they are inviting Gary. I will include a link to all these socials, but this is Gary the Musician Man, or Gary Cass. And again, he is going to be a caster and analyst as well. It's really awesome to see there. He has delved into some final things, so he does know his stuff. That's awesome to see. Curveball here, one that I actually didn't predict was Rio, caster and analyst here. This one's socials is Rio Shouts, and he has actually done previous stuff with the finals, but I just didn't catch up on this one. Again, another great pick since he actually knows the game, so really cool to see that one there as well. Last up, of course, they couldn't do this without Oscar, who will be co-hosting the final stream. So again, very cool there. So Oscar gets the co-host and clown role. That should cover for the closed qualifiers. I do still have a video on my channel if you want to see the format of the closed qualifiers and even the Grand Major. That's located on the channel. I'll leave a link to it down below if you wanted to check that one out and see the full formatting. Still, that wasn't all for today. We got some more official updates. This first one here, yes, they have dropped a new community highlights. Of course, that's for Season 7. But we got some updates here with that. This one actually comes from Embark Hawks. Now, he actually does some of the video editing and highlight reels here. He mentions in the next episode of Community Highlights, Scotty and June will bring you the top 10 plays, with the top 3 actually getting a $20 finals code, $10 and $5 one. So pretty cool there. Again, the highlight reel is over on the YouTube page. He was actually answering some questions over on the Discord. This one was essentially someone asked if a bug or funny glitch would have been included in this. He says if it's a simple bug, then they usually won't include it, but other funny clips and fails are welcome. Just a bit of a notion there. We had one more official update here, and this one I know people have been waiting for quite some time. Yes, it looks like they are continuing the Making the Finals series. At least with this one, they did drop a new episode here, and they labeled this one Creating a Dynamism Shooter, where they do go over player choice, systematic design, and even deep interactivity. So very cool there. I know a lot of you have been asking for this one, so I'm glad they are continuing it. Rob also did make a comment here over on the YouTube side of things, where he said thank you all for the support. All of you made the finals possible, and they are here to stay and to see you in the arena. So very cool there. Love those thoughts. Jumping over, we of course have those last minute mentionables. This one here I thought was kind of funny and coincides with the shop updates lately. A user by the name of Tesco249 on the final subreddit mentioned with today's store update you can have this loadout. It is pretty funny. This almost looks like it's not even in the finals, or at least it could be from another game. Although it is their mascots, of course, so very cool there, and glad that they have kind of showcased that, which is a nice, funky loadout. There was also this newer post that I had just come across. This one comes from Beta Minecraft over on the final subreddit, and he shows off what is a Namatama healing ball. I think this one's a great design. I hope they do put something like this in. Very cool and idea work there from that one. Of course, as always, we do those last minute mentionables from my community, which are the features from the Star Models page. We'll mention here first, though, I am doing a giveaway over on my Discord. I'll throw a battle pass and a $10 multi-bucks code. So if you want to check that out, you can head over there and head to the giveaways channel. That should be there with all of my other giveaways, which I do on occasion and sometimes don't announce, at least via a video. The first feature here, though, does come from Scoopy, and he is calling this one Bloodsport. Another red hair showcase with the devil horns. This one works fantastic. Honestly, really appreciate the details on this one, especially the color combo, and even with the backsling here, kind of giving off that color gradient between the two. Very, very nice here with that one. Next up here, we have one from Wookie1967, who calls this one the Cyclops X-Men. This one's actually super unique, even though it has the full black outfit here. Really like how this one rocks, and I haven't seen anything like it just yet. Third up here, we have one from Godspawn, doing a cosplay outfit of Alita Battle Angel. Remember that one being talked about nearly over a decade ago, I believe. Pretty cool to see that one here. Wookie was also able to snag another one on here, which is the Scott Kim Possible and PUBG guy. So he does 3 renditions here, try to showcase all of those. Again, I've seen a few Kim Possibles before. This one looks really good. The PUBG guy looks excellent, nearly mirroring that game's logo. So very, very cool there. Last up here, but not least, we have another frequent flyer, Flack. who says, calm like a fish until you mess around. I like this one. I think this one's cool, using the CNS sponsorship stuff in combination with the Season 7 Battle Pass headpiece. Yeah, really rock this one. Have seen a few other renditions kind of like it, but overall this one definitely works, especially with the colors. That should about cover it though. If you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe, and until the next one, deuces.